Hey guys, welcome to Focus on Collecting. Today we're going to be reviewing an iOS app called Center Stage that lets you scan sports cards and get information about them, and also provides sales data, recent sales data about the card. So we're going to test it out, and I'm going to give you my thoughts on it and kind of just explain the functionality of how it works. So basically, as far as I know, it's only on iOS. It could be on Android, but the icon looks like this essentially. So when you download it for the first time, it's going to ask for permission to use your phone's camera. And then when you open the app, you come to a screen and it's going to tell you to point your camera at a card to scan it. So if I point at a card, let's see if we can focus here. It's going to scan the card and ideally show you what the card is. So this worked pretty well. It says 1997 Vladimir Guerrero Skybox EX 2000 number 15, which is accurate except for it doesn't mention that it is the star date 2000. So it is card number 15 and it is from that set, but in the metadata here it doesn't mention star date. It says EX 2000 2000. And if you swipe to the right, it'll give you other results of what it thinks the card is. Sometimes these results are relevant, sometimes they're completely random. Like in this case, it's showing a 2001 the rookies Donruss Trey Lance. This is a 95 Joe Montana Zenith Z team. So it seems like it's kind of hit or miss as to whether or not it gives you like super accurate information. So this one, it has some recent sales data. I don't know where the sales data comes from. I don't know if it's eBay or another website. If you like try and click on any of these numbers, it doesn't take you to where they got the data from. So I don't know if it's like recent eBay sales or COMC sales or some other platform. It'd be really nice if you could, look at that data and click to see, like if I could click on that raw $1.80 and it takes me to the completed listing, that would be really useful. So, I mean, as far as I know, this app just came out a couple months ago. I first heard about it maybe like 3 weeks ago. And I tried it out a few times and it, it worked. Like it seems to work okay. It's not always giving me the most accurate information. And definitely in terms of the sales data, I don't know where it's pulling sales data from. So, I don't know how reliable, like I wouldn't necessarily trust this sales data as like a reference point for how much I should charge if I was trying to sell this card. But it is useful and could potentially be super useful for situations where you're sorting through like a large collection and there's a lot of cards that you don't know what they are. It would be useful to help you like quickly identify like what year or set or player even. Sometimes it's, you might not realize what the player is for a particular card, especially stuff that you're not familiar with. So if you buy a big collection and there's a bunch of hockey cards in there and you don't know anything about hockey, it could be really useful to help you like sort through that quickly and get an idea of what's what, and assuming how accurate the sales data is, what's valuable, what's not, what's worth pulling aside and what's more common and kind of not gonna be worth your time to go through. Anyways, I want to test another couple cards and see how well it does. This Tracy McGrady Metal Universe. Let's see if it can pull it up. So I got this one pretty quickly and looks accurate. So we have 97, 98, Tracy McGrady Metal Universe number 36. And then on the sales data, I mean, it shows the most recent sale is February of 2021, which I can almost assure you is not accurate. Like, this card probably sells, you know, maybe once or twice a week at least. Like, I don't know. I haven't kept up with that, but I'm sure this card sold many, many times between February and December of 2021. So again, the sales data, I don't know how useful it is at this point. As they continue to update this app, you know, that might get dialed in and become more accurate and more usable. For now, I wouldn't rely on it. I mean, if I was going through a big collection, I might just glance at it. You know, if I scan a card and it says its most recent sale was $50, like, it might cause me to set that card aside, you know, even if it's not super accurate. But for the most part, I mean, this data is kind of meaningless. Also, it's kind of, I don't understand. So you scan the card, and then if you swipe to the right, you get all kinds of different results. And they're mostly the same card, but with different either descriptions, you know. So this one says Metal Universe Championship. This one says BCCG Metal Universe Championship. So I'm guessing like this result maybe is tied to a listing that was BCCG graded. This one doesn't have the card number. This one has 98 and not 97, 98. So that's probably one of my biggest frustrations with the app, is that it has so much inconsistent metadata. And I think that's because it's probably pulling information from eBay. Like, it's basically, I do not know this for a fact, so if someone knows and can correct me, feel free to in the comments. But I'm assuming that it's using like an image search function, like on Google. Like, I don't know that it'd be using Google image search, but it's basically performing like an image search, maybe with eBay. And so it's just like using the picture of the card that it pulls from your phone and trying to match it up to a visually similar card somewhere on eBay and giving you a result. And that, I mean, that's somewhat useful to just identify the card quickly, but I mean, there's so much variation in the way that people list cards on eBay, and some of them have errors and are missing pieces of information that you end up with results like this, basically, where we have, you know, clearly the same card, the same image, and a whole range of titles and descriptions of the card, as well as recent sales prices. So I'm hoping that over time they're going to kind of consolidate all these results into one result. So that when you scan a card, you get one result with all of the metadata accurately represented, and the price data ideally accurately represented too. Let's go ahead and try another card. Jerry Rice card. Yeah, that pulled up pretty quickly. Again, we still have the same kind of problem of a variety of results. And then we have, like, you know, this result isn't the card, obviously. Neither is this Tim Hardaway. So it seems like, you know, it can find the card and give you a decent amount of information, but it's not always 100% accurate. And it's not like super consolidated in terms of information. And that, I think that's like, as they develop this, that's what I would like to see from it, is kind of consolidate all of these listings into one listing with consistent descriptions and metadata, right? So like get the card number, the set, the insert name, if it's an insert, or the parallel name, or whatever relevant information, and display that like accurately across all cards, right? So that when you scan this card, you get one result, regardless of how many different variations have sold on eBay and how many, you know, spellings of the set name or player name or insert name there might be. And also if they can consolidate all the price data and give like actually super relevant price data, that would be what I'd want to see from this. So, you know, for this card, for instance, scan it, pull it up, have all of this metadata correct, have like a decent picture to make sure that you're looking at the right card, and then have these recent sales prices be linked to the actual sale wherever it's sold. So if this is an eBay sale, like let me click on this and take me to eBay so I can like confirm that that is the right card, that that was the right price and the right date. And I think if you do that, then this app becomes a lot more useful than it already is. As it is right now, I think it'd be useful, you know, like I said earlier, sorting through a big collection, sorting through a lot of cards that you're maybe not familiar with, and being able to get quick, fairly accurate information on individual cards. So anyways, let me know what you guys think of this. Again, it's called Center Stage. It's on iOS, not sure about Android. If you guys have used it, tell me your experience. If you think it could be useful, or if you see some potential use for it that maybe I haven't seen yet, like feel free to share that in the comments. I think it has the potential to be really useful. I could definitely see it as something that maybe one of these larger sports card related companies ends up buying, you know, like I could see PSA buying it and using it as a tool for, you know, I don't know, identifying your card accurately when you're submitting the PSA, or eBay buying it. I think eBay has a similar feature where you can scan cards to list them. I don't know how well that works. I don't know if it uses the same type of technology that this uses. But this Center Stage app is a free app to use and download. It's really simple. You just point your camera and you get a result. How accurate the result is and how accurate the data in terms of the sales data is still, you know, pretty questionable. But hopefully over time they will kind of refine this and make it into something that's really consistently usable and useful to collectors. Anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Thanks for checking out the video, and I'll see you guys next time.